Hello students, in this video we will discuss the remaining topics of the chapter heat. The topic which was discussed that how the transfer of heat taking place. Transfer of heat is transferred in three different ways. They are conduction, convection and radiation. What is conduction? Conduction is the process by which heat is transferred in solids from the hotter end to colder end. To understand better, we had to see an activity. Take an iron or aluminum rod or strips, fix a few wax pieces on at equal distances, clamp the rod to a stand, heat the other end of the rod as it has shown in the figure. The wax pieces begin to melt and fall down from the heated end. This shows that heat is transferred from the hotter end to the colder end by conduction. If you see in the picture, then you can see the burner placed at one end of the rod and waxes are fixed at an equal distance, and as the heat is transferred like from hotter end, which is also shows to you by a red arrow, then when heat is transferred from hotter end to colder end, then the wax pieces start falling down. So that method is known to be the conduction, and conduction is occur into the solids. Now the next is conduction. Transfer of heat through direct contact occurs anytime objects at different temperatures are touching each other. As long as the objects are in contact, transfer of heat will continue until the temperature of the objects is the same. For example, if you have a metal spoon in a pan of a soup that you are heating on the stove, it may burn your finger. The spoon is in direct contact with the hot soup and heat is transferred to the spoon. So these are some characteristics of conduction. Next is, what are the conductors and insulators? Conductors. Conductors are material which allow heat to pass through them easily. Example, iron, aluminium, copper, etc. Most of the metal are good conductor of heat. Some examples, other examples also shown to you into the images also, like in image of conductors, brass, aluminium, cast iron, steel, bronze, copper, they all are the example of good conductors. What is insulators? Insulators are material which do not allow heat to pass through them easily. Example, wood, plastic, glass, rubber, air, water, etc. These also shown into the picture. So these are the definition of conductors and insulators. Now the next method has come, that is called the convection. So what is a convection? Convection is the process by which heat is transferred in liquids and gases from the hotter part to the colder part. To understand better, we will see an activity. What is in that activity? Take some water in a round bottom flask as shown in the first figure. Keep it on a dry pot stand. Put a crystal of potassium permanganate in it. Heat it with a burner. The water at the bottom becomes hot. That means the bottom part of that flask has become the hotter end and rises up, and cold water from the top moves down. That means the molecules of the water which is very near to the hotter end, they collect the heat energy and they are moving into upward direction, and the upper part water molecules, they are coming down to the bottom. This water becomes hot and rises up, and cold water from the top moves down, and the process continues till all the water gets heated. This shows that heat is transferred by convection. In the method of convection, the heat energy is carried by the molecules or particles of that substance. In convection, the transfer of energy in a liquid or gas. When part of a gas or liquid is heated, the particles it is made up of move faster and spread out more. The moving particles bump into other particles, causing them to move faster and spread out more. How the convection takes place in air. Convection in air. The air near the heat source gets heated and rises up. The air from the sides move into to take its place. Like it's shown in the picture, convection in air. In this way, the air gets heated. If you keep one hand above a flame and one hand on the side of the flame, the hand at the top feels hot because the air above is heated by convection. The hand at the side does not feel as hot because there is no convection. So mostly the heat carried by the air in a form of convection. Now there are two phenomena mostly occurs into the coastal areas, and they are namely called sea breeze and land breeze. How these phenomena are taking place, that can be described with the help of the pictures as well as from the definitions. What is sea breeze? During the day, the land gets heated faster than the sea, so the air above the lands gets heated, becomes hotter and rises up, and cool air from the sea moves towards the land. This is called sea breeze. That can also explain to you into the first picture. Here you can see at the daytime the warm air is rising up from the land. It is shown by the red arrow, and to take the place of that air, cool air is coming from the sea to take that place. That is shown by the arrow. So in that way this air circulation is formed into the daytime, and in that way the sea breeze is taking place. Land breeze. During the night, sea cools down slowly than the land. So the hot air above the sea rises up and cool air from the land moves towards the sea. This called land breeze. Now you can see in the second picture of the slide, in night time the reverse will happen. As it is mentioned, in night time the sea cools down slowly and land cools down very fastly. So what happened? Warm air from the sea rises up, and to take the place, the cool air is coming from the land. The warm air is represented by red arrow and cool air is represented by the blue arrow in second picture. So in night time that kind of air circulation is formed, and that is known to be the land breeze. What is sea breeze? When cool air is moving from sea to land, that is called sea breeze. And when the cool air is moving from land to sea in night time, is called land breeze. You can see also into the pictures like the first image has shown to you, that in a daytime, the cool air is moving from sea towards the land, which is shown by a single arrow, and hot air from the land is rises up in daytime, which is shown by the three arrows. The reverse has happened into the night time. That means the cool air, which is shown by a single arrow, is coming towards the sea, and the hot air is moving from the sea level, that is shown by the three arrows. So in that way, the sea and land breeze has occurred. That is also explained to you into the second picture also. It shows to you a daytime and nighttime picture. Sea breeze. Air moves from the sea during the day. Again, it is explained to you in the image. It is called sea breeze. Land breeze. Air moves from the land at night. It is called land breeze. You can also see in the pictures, like in the night time, warm air is rising up from the sea level and cool air moving from land towards the sea. So that circulation is from land breeze. I hope you understand sea breeze and land breeze. Now the third method of transfer of heat is called radiation. First two method, which was conduction and convection, the heat of transfer is taking place by a medium. That means in method of conduction, solids are like a medium. In method of convection, liquids and gases are the medium of transfer of heat. But radiation is the different method. What is a radiation? Radiation is the process by which heat is transferred from one place to another without the help of any medium. Example, the heat from the sun reaches the earth by radiation. When we sit near a fire, we feel warm due to the heat radiated by the fire. One of the important thing is also noted that all hot bodies radiated heat. Not only the sun radiates the heat, but every hot body radiates its heat. Like it shows the picture how we are getting the heat from the sun. The method by which we are getting the heat from the sun, that is called radiation. That means radiation is the method in which medium is there or not, but heat is transferred. Like in second picture also, how the radiation takes place. Like a person is sitting very far from the bonfire, but still he feels the warmness, because due to the method of radiation. So all hot bodies are radiated the heat, and in case of radiation, no medium is required to transfer the heat from hotter end to the colder end. Heat from sun. We can feel the sun warm our skin on a sunny day. This is because the energy causes the particles in your skin to move faster, or you can say that more heat energy. Now there is an interesting topic, how the colors are also affecting to the heat energy. Dark color surfaces and color surfaces. Dark color surfaces absorb more heat than light color surfaces. For that, we are performing an activity like, if we take two tin cans of the same size, paint the outer surface of one black and other white, pour equal amount of water in each and leave them in a sunlight for about 1 hour. Measure the temperature of water in both the cans. The water in the black can is warmer than the water in the white can. Dark colored surfaces radiated more heat than light colored surfaces. Again, we are doing an activity. Take two tins cans of the same size, paint the outer surface of one black and other white. Pour equal amount of hot water of the same temperature, say 60 degrees Celsius. Leave in a room or shade for 10 to 15 minutes. Measure the temperature of water in both the cans. The water in the black can is cooler than the water in the white can. So from both these we can say that the dark color surfaces absorb more heat, as well as dark color surfaces also radiated the more heat. That means they are radiated the more heat. What kinds of clothes we wear in summer and winter? As we already discussed that dark color surfaces absorb more heat than light color surfaces. Dark colored surfaces radiated more heat than the light colored surfaces. We wear dark colored clothes in winter because it absorbs more heat and keep us warmer. We wear light colored clothes in summer because it reflects most of the heat and keep us cool. We wear woolen clothes in winter because wool is a poor conductor of heat, and the air in between the wool fiber prevents loss of heat from our body, so we'll form warm. In that picture also you can see how the conduction, convection and radiation takes place. Like the example for a bonfire, if we are taking our hand above the bonfire, then we are feeling the warmness. That method is convection. If we are taking a rod near to the bonfire, that is the direct method, is called conduction. And if we sit just nearby the bonfire, then from the method of radiation also we are getting the heat. That similar example is also if we are taking a pan into water and try to boil it, then we can see from the different parts of the pan we are getting the heat. Like if it touches the handle, we are getting the heat from the method conduction. Boiling the water is the method of convection takes place, and from sideways we are getting the heat. That method is known to be as a radiation. So this is the topics which we have completed. I hope you understand. If you have any query, any doubt, then you can send me the message. Thank you very much. Now you revise this chapter and learn this chapter thoroughly. Thank you very much.